Hi, Dr. Mincey here, and we're continuing with the Immune System Crusade and talking to you about the third of 10 immune boosting steps against COVID-19, viruses, bacteria, and other things that create issues in our immune system. Today we're talking about number 3, optimize SNOT's chemical balance. Who would think something like SNOT could be so detailed? In the last step, we talked about something key to dealing with how thick or how thin one's SNOT or mucus is. And now we have to talk about how we deal with the chemical balance. Well, what does chemical balance have to do with any of this? This is the outside, this is the inside. And as invaders travel from the outside to the inside of the body, they will encounter SNOT, which has to be have a certain chemical makeup. It could be much like water, much like a very acid juice, or much like a very, very caustic lye type of thing. But either way, it's more important for this to be more like or closer to water. And depending on what we eat, our genetics, our level of physical activity, we can change how the saliva is and how it reacts. Diet plays an important role, but many other factors, such as the amount of stress, play a more pivotal role. Let's talk about what you can do to impact this. Your action step here should be that you, again, consult the team. Well, what would the team do? The team could actually measure the balance of acid to alkaline chemicals in your saliva. You may have heard it stated that cancer only lives in an acid environment. That is true. But which environment? There's saliva, there's rectal, there's vaginal, and there are many orifices that have different chemical makeups and are supposed to be more acid or more alkaline or more neutral. All acidity and alkalinity is a measure in part of how much oxygen or carbon dioxide there is in the tissues, and it's governed by how your body functions. Things that have a lot of oxygen in them tend to be more along the lines of alkaline, kind of like water. Things that have a lot of carbon dioxide in them tend to be a little bit more acid, kind of like orange juice or vinegar. We want the body to be a little bit closer to the center, a little bit more like water. One of the easiest ways we can establish that is, as part of our evaluation of mucus, is we have to establish the right level of acidity in green foods and plants, are what you can do about this in addition to getting things measured. In many cases, they don't solve all the problems, but they do help. Most green plants and live food type of diets offer a tremendous amount of benefit in oxygenation of the tissues, and so the saliva becomes more like water than like orange juice. So that's a very important step that you need to take to optimize what's happening with the mucus that's inside of your body, and one of the barriers to protecting you against viruses and bacteria. Many times we find people with poor dietary habits or diets that are not at all diverse or don't include any plant matter to have altered and weakened defense systems because the SNOT is not composed of all the things it needs to be and does not have the right balance of acidity. That's the third step for you to take to optimize SNOT's chemical imbalance as a part of our immune system crusade and giving you 10 steps or immune boosting steps against COVID-19 and other types of viruses and bacteria. Thanks for taking time to look at us today. We are available for telehealth visits, and you can find a location or a doctor who practices like I do by going to ICAKUSA.com. Until we get to step 4, I'm Dr. Mincey. Take care.